The Zelvor had conquered 12 systems in under a decade, their tech superior, their tactics calculated. They prided themselves on advanced scanners that could detect ion trails, biosignatures, even aggressive neural activity. On the jungle, moon of Reichtesh, they searched tirelessly for the last human survivor, a persistent threat their AI labels strategic outlier, extremely dangerous. Their scanners pinned nothing, but somewhere beneath the emerald canopy, Corporal Mason Gray crouched beside a line of ants. He hadn't eaten in 2 days, but he wasn't focused on that now. The ants were moving in a perfect line, each carrying small white fragments. Something processed. He squinted. Grain? No, ... Protein rations. Military-issue ... He followed them. The Zelvor commander, Vashtek, hovered in his exosuit at the edge of the jungle, frustration pulsing in every tentacle. Still no signal, no biosigns, no energy emissions. It's as if the humans ceased to exist, his scout droned. Impossible. Humans do not vanish, they hunt. Mason had removed every piece of tech from his body. No coms. No infrared. Tags. Not even his combat boots, just leaves and mud to mask his scent and heat. He knew scanners, and more importantly, he knew their limits. Machines didn't track intuition. Machines didn't consider ants. He crept through the underbrush, following the ant trail for another hour until it led him to the remnants of a crash site, half buried, covered in moss and leaves. Zelvor trash. But there, tucked under, a jagged whole fragment, was a discarded ration pack. Mason smiled grimly. Someone's been careless. At the Zelvor forward camp. An under-officer paced nervously. Commander, what if he's inside the perimeter already? We can't detect him. We don't need detection, Vashtek snapped. We have dominance. We scorched the jungle in 80 square miles. He dies with it. The AI blinked a warning. High probability, civilian bioforms in area, galactic law violation. Vashtek ignored it. Mason reached the edge of the camp just as twilight descended. From a thick tangle of vines, he observed the enemy setup. Plasma fences, automated turrets, 2 dropships on standby. But they weren't expecting a ground infiltration. No traps, no guards on foot. Too dependent on scanners. Mason thought. In his hand, he held a small bag of dried sugar, army issue, from his emergency kit. He opened it and poured it carefully onto the forest floor just beyond the fence line. The ants swarmed it greedily. 10 minutes later, the turret optics flickered. 20 minutes after that, the automated system began scanning the wrong sectors, misled by a biomass cluster that didn't exist. The ants, crawling en masse across the fiber optic sensor lines, were overwhelming the field. That's when Mason moved, silently, efficiently, humanly. Vashtek's secondary AI began to scream alerts. System interference detected. Perimeter. Disruption. Non-threatening bioswarm interference level exceeding safety thresholds. Vashtek growled. Insects? Your scanners are fooled by insects? Then the lights went out. Mason was already inside the command tent. 3 officers. 1 rifle. His knife made no sound as it opened the first one's throat. The second turned. Too slow. The third got off a shriek before Mason put a bullet through the Zelvor's central processor. Blood and bioluminescent fluid splashed across. Alien displays. He slotted a pre-coded virus drive into their uplink port. Earth's hackers would be listening by now. Playtime's over. Mason muttered. Outside, the AI began to stutter. Critical failure. Uplink breach. Fleet coordinates compromised. Human threat detected. Human threat inside, too. Late, the human disappeared into the trees again. Barefoot and silent. Behind him, the Zelvor camp erupted into chaos. Turrets firing at shadows. Dropships launching without orders, their fleet network exposed to every listening post Earth. Had in deep space. Back aboard the orbiting Earth warship Vigilant Hammer. Admiral Reyes smirked as the data poured in. Looks like Gray did it again. Her aide nodded. We've got their entire fleet path, weapon calibration maps, and base blueprints. What did he say in his last signal? The aide looked at the note. Just one line, ma'am. Ants don't trigger scanners.